So y'all think this is a game, huh? According to YouTube analytics here, for the people who watch these side flick episodes, only 50% of you is subscribed. Half of you? Half? I feel used. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on this video. My name is Chris. Subscribe or not, I don't care. You know it's all about just hitting that like button. We got so much news to talk about. Finally, it has been a dry season of movie news. I was absent from the YouTube game for a couple of days just because nothing was happening. But now we definitely got enough movie topics to dive into for a full episode. We have a little update on the Batman. We have a list of video game movies that could be coming to us very soon. Talking some Ghostbusters Afterlife. That and so much more, guys. So like I said, honestly, it don't matter about the subscribers because I know 100% of y'all hitting that like button, right? No, that's like 3% of y'all. And that's not cool. But just don't forget to also leave your thoughts down below on all the movie topics we discussed today. Alright, let's dive into this Batman update because like you know, the point of these videos is that I take little movie topics that do not warrant their own big separate video. And this is a little update on the casting call for a twin villain that'll be appearing on the Batman. We gotta discuss just how there's so many villains popping up in this Batman movie. We got the Penguin, we got Catwoman, we got the Riddler. Now we got this twin villains or villaini. Plural. I'm really curious to see how Matt Reeves is going to handle all these characters into one movie. But getting on to the official casting, we have Max and Charlie Carver joining the Batman. Some people out there might be looking at the two stars and recognizing them from the show Teen Wolf. But now with them being cast in the Batman, it's said that they will be playing a sizable role. Now there's a couple of options of who these guys could be playing. I think the most obvious one and the one a lot of people are going with are Tweedledee and Tweedledum. These are twin henchmen that work under the Mad Hatter, who was one of the rumored villains that has yet to be cast. Tweedledee and Tweedledum are pulled straight out of Alice in Wonderland lore, just like the Mad Hatter, and they work as just the muscle for the Mad Hatter, protecting him when Batman wants to come after him. Now, if you look at the interpretation of these characters in the comics and then look at these pretty boys, I don't know if they will be playing them. For all we know, they could be wearing mocap suits and they could CGI up their bodies, or it could be a completely new interpretation of Tweedledee and Tweedledum. The one that came to my mind right away, because we got those reports of a casting call for circus extras, calling for jugglers, ventriloquists. I assume that, well, a pair of twins is commonly known to go with the circus. And one of the Batman villains out there that are with the circus and are also twins are known as the Abramovic twins. I think they have a really interesting storyline. Basically, they were conjoined twins. These are twins who were born as one with a conjoined body, warranting why they would be part of the circus, because just being twins isn't enough to be like, oh look, we look alike. No, we look alike and we're attached. But the most interesting part of me is that eventually the Joker hired these goons to be part of his squad, and as sick as the Joker is, he decided to split them up, then giving them each their name, Mr. Hammer and Sickle. The other pair of henchmen it could be is Max or Min. These are henchmen commonly known to work with Two-Face, again another rumored villain for the Batman. Even if Two-Face is going to show up in the movie, the rumor basically suggests that Two-Face is only going to be cameoed or a hint for a future movie, so it would be weird to have a sizable role for these henchmen when even their villain isn't prominent in the movie. But the real main answer to all this could be Matt Reeves could just be creating a whole new character. They might not even be villains. They could just be a couple of twin cops or just some brand new character that works for the Matt Reeves story. Either way, if these guys are henchmen, like I'm hoping they will be, I'm like 80% sure that they will be, it's a kind of cool aesthetic to see Batman fight twins. I don't know, there's just something cartoony but awesome about that at the same time. I'm all up for it. This movie is just sounding more and more fantastic, but I want to know what you guys think of these guys being part of the Batman, and who do you think they'll be playing? Moving now into some video game movie news. As you all know, Sonic the Hedgehog the movie just made history by becoming one of the highest opening weekends for a video game movie, and when something like that happens, usually Hollywood goes into full throttle into putting more content similar to that out there because it's proven in the market that it could work. Well, the Hollywood Reporter, which is the most reputable news source in the movie industry, went ahead and released this survey that they conducted on the video game movies that audiences really want to see brought to the big screen. Obvious number one, that is no surprise, was the Super Mario Bros. And it is actually already happening by Illumination Studios. We will be getting a CGI animated movie of Super Mario Bros. That is set to come out in 2021. I have a previous video I did on my channel talking about some details on that movie. But it's the other films listed on here that I'm like, could these actually be a possibility? Because someone out there is reading this article, has the rights to this character, and it's like, let's get a movie started. The second highest one, removing Mario out of the equation, is Pac-Man. People out there in our country right now are looking at Pac-Man and going, I want that to be a movie, yo. And that kind of makes me laugh, but the more you think about it, the more it could possibly work. I mean, the Pac-Man character isn't all that different from Mario. I can see a Pac-Man movie where the ghost in Pac-Man kidnapped Mrs. Pac-Man, and then it is up to Pac-Man to go and save her. And just imagining all the bright neon colors and how that could be portrayed into a CGI animated movie, because I think a Pac-Man movie, you have to do a CGI animated. Don't you dare try to bring little yellow round boy into our world to say, meow. Under that, we had Mario Kart the movie, which, again, I don't see how that could be done. If anything, I could see that being done as a side note in the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Maybe when Bowser captures Peach, he makes Mario and Luigi do a set of games to win her back, and then that's how you could introduce the Mario Kart. You could also have Mario Tennis, Mario Baseball, all the different Mario games, work it into that equation. But bro, I could not believe that number 2 at the bottom of the list, second to last, a freaking Pong movie. There was somebody out there who looked at this survey and said, quiero una Pong movie. How does a freaking Pong movie work? It's literally just 2 white lines and a ball moving back and forth. If someone has the most creative imagination to make this movie a reality and it's actually good, they've won the Hollywood game. We don't need to make any more movies. This person has done the impossible. Other than that, it's just really obvious things that, of course, gamers would like to see done in a live action or CGI interpretation. I mean, a Legend of Zelda movie, I think that's pretty basic and can be done amazingly. A Call of Duty movie, okay, just typical war film. Halo, Minecraft, a Minecraft movie is in the works. But I'm telling you, someone's gonna see this article and realize that Pac-Man is at the top of the list and gonna be giving us a Pac-Man movie. Hey, I like the Pac-Man video game. Not even just the regular original video game. I'm talking about the one on the PlayStation. That was kind of fun. What do you guys think of the listed video games, and could you see them turn into live action or CGI movies? Continuing on with the video game trend, we have a small update on the Uncharted movie. The more I hear about this movie, the more I kind of get excited for it. Quickly to summarize, if you didn't know, there is an Uncharted movie live action based off the PlayStation video game. The story is basically a modernized Indiana Jones, a guy who goes on quests to find artifacts. They've casted Tom Holland as the lead, Nathan Drake, Mark Wahlberg as Sully, and now they've just officially cast their villain for the film, Antonio Banderas. Now everybody should know who Antonio Banderas is. If you just don't, then I'm sorry, man. I love that the movie is going for talent for their villain, especially it seems like since they're going for the typical Hispanic smuggler bad guy. You know what I'm talking about? All these movies end up having some sort of Hispanic smuggler gangster bad guy, and it is always the same typical dude. If you cast someone like Antonio Banderas, it's not going to be the same typical dude. This guy's going to bring his A game. But along with this update, we finally have a confirmed director, and I'm a little nervous. The director for this Uncharted movie is going to be Ruben Fisher. Now, if that name's not familiar to you, he recently directed Venom. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there who are huge fans of that movie. I found it entertaining. I just didn't love it or really like it all that much. I am super excited for Venom 2, but there is a reason they didn't hire him to come for the sequel. I think Ruben Fisher does have it in him to pull off a good movie, and this could be it with the talent involved. What do you guys think of Antonio Banderas joining the cast, the director of Venom directing this movie? Really curious to hear what you guys think. Talking now about some Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters 3, or as it's titled right now, Ghostbusters Afterlife. A movie I'm very excited to see. It's been kind of quiet lately since we're in between trailers and marketing and for the movie to finally come out. However, we just recently solved the biggest mystery surrounding this movie that a lot of Ghostbuster fans were wondering about. If you haven't been keeping up with the Ghostbuster news, I do have a playlist on my channel where I talk everything about this Ghostbusters Afterlife. And one of the things that fans were speculating on for the longest time when a trailer was released is who was this mysterious ghost that the new Ghostbusters are chasing. And there's been a debate endlessly online because I don't think that looks like Slimer. It does not have the appearance of Slimer. The color is off, the shape is off, the face is off, and at the same time it doesn't look like any familiar ghost that we've seen in the franchise thus far. Now, thanks to New York Toy Fair, where they were releasing some of the latest toys with the Ghostbusters Afterlife line, we now have an answer to who exactly this ghost is, and it's not Slimer. It turns out that this new ghost is named Muncher. He will be a ghost with sort of a blue hue, and he will also have 4 arms attached, and with a name like Muncher, he's eating like your boy. If you look at this toy, he's got a see-through belly where you can see what he's eating, a fire hydrant, a stop sign, and that stop sign right there might remind some of you Ghostbuster fans who have been following my videos of a leaked photo from the set where it looks like someone took a bite out of a stop sign. That's definitely Muncher right there then, and this will probably be the new mascot or lovable ghost for these kid Ghostbusters. I don't mind them bringing on a new ghost to be the mascot of the series, to be sort of like the new Slimer, but it's like, I still want Slimer to show up. I'd like to see a little Slimer cameo. I can understand why they wouldn't give that away in the trailer though. But you bust nuts or ghost heads out there, how do you feel about Muncher being this new mysterious ghost? And does it make you a little sad that it's not Slimer? But that is just all the movie news we had to talk about today, guys. Let me know what you thought about all the topics we discussed here. If you made it this far in the video, you know you gotta leave a like. It helps out so much. But as always, my name is Chris. Take care.